Good evening, everyone. I'm Barbara Grantham, and I'm the President and CEO of the VGH and UBC Hospital Foundation. And I want to, first of all, welcome all of you to Volume 3 of Me Too, which is our 6-part public education series that's really aiming to get all of us talking about mental health, struggles, and begin to think collectively out loud and together about how to address the stigma surrounding mental illness. I also want to welcome you because every one of you who came out tonight deserves an extra award for coming out on such a horrible evening. You know that it's a really horrible evening when you get home from work, as I did, to change before coming down here, and my poor dog, who's been in the house all by herself for most of the day, usually at that point really needs and wants to go outside. And you know that it's a really yucky day when you open the back door and the dog goes, no, it's okay. As she did tonight. So over the next hour and a half this evening, while it rains and storms away outside, in this lovely space, we are going to hear very personal stories of hope, resilience, and creativity from 3 wonderful speakers, Natasha Kalita, Jared Casey, and Michael Schrader, all individuals who are living with mental illness. We are also going to hear from all of you as we open the floor to questions and conversations from the audience after we hear from our 3 speakers. All of you were given, or at least were given the opportunity when you came in, of a little piece of paper and a pencil. So as the questions occur to you during the opening remarks from Natasha and Jared and Michael, please jot down your questions. And as we hear from each speaker, we'll collect your questions after the speakers are finished, and we'll work through them, as many of them as we can. So our format will basically begin with Natasha, and then Jared, and then Michael, each speaking for about 15 minutes without questions. And then the 4 of us, the 3 of them and myself, will shift from podium-style speaking to Ellen sort of format here. And we'll bring your questions quite literally down to the front and have an opportunity for the 3 speakers to interact with each other and with you in a little bit more of an informal way. So as I mentioned, tonight is part of a 6-part series, and we've been exploring 3 aspects of stigma. In January, we heard from another Natasha Tracy, a gentleman by the name of Ryan Tyne, and Sandra Ewan Mackay, who's an artist, who shared their perspectives and experiences around self-stigma. And for those of you who missed it, you're welcome to watch their presentations on our YouTube channel. Tonight, we're going to look at the concept of social stigmatization, which is the spreading of stereotypes and false beliefs that can lead to negative actions and discrimination. And in May, the 4th evening in the series, we're going to look at what's called structural stigmatization, which are the systems in our world, like the law, like policies, work in the workplace, in the school system, in the healthcare system, that can negatively affect and impact people who are living with mental illness and or addiction. The reason why we're looking at these aspects is because all of us have a role to play in creating healthy communities, mentally healthy communities that support recovery and social inclusion and reduce discrimination. And only by having this conversation, becoming aware of stigma and naming it, can we understand it and then change it. Before we begin with our guest speakers, I do want to recognize a few people who've really made this series possible. The first is Andy Socks and the Andy Socks Foundation, the Kelty Patrick Dennehy Foundation, our fellow partners in this journey at Vancouver Coastal Health, and the Me Too Speaker Series Advisory and Planning Committee. All of those folks have made tonight and this 6-part series possible, and we're very, very grateful for their vision, passion, and dedication to eliminating the stigma associated with mental illness. Thank you to all of you who've made this series possible. That's where you're supposed to applaud. Yeah.